St John the Evangelist. How interesting is St John and deep his gospel. His gospel is in a class of its own. Because John's gospel is very reflective. So looking back, you may remember that scene in the film The Chosen. John and Mary together. After the resurrection of Jesus, they have time together, living together, and they look back. They look back. And everything is like a revelation to them both. They look back and see what happened years ago. Mary telling John and John telling Mary the things that happened in the 3 years, and Mary telling John what happened years ago. And John can see the full picture now looking back. He goes all the way back to the beginning. In the beginning was the Word. The creation story, John goes back all the way to the very beginning, to the moment of creation. There's something more about John. Watching his life. If you want to have somebody for your spiritual growth, John is the best example. What John was at the beginning and where he was at the end. What was his pet name or his nickname? Son of Thunder. Along with James, those two sons, the sons of thunder, James and John, hot-tempered. Remember what they told Jesus when they were going to Samaria? Oh, go down fire and burn them up. Just to destroy them. Full of anger. How could they do that? Kill them all. That is John's language. John's language. Then you find this John, today's gospel. Oh, again, there's another one. Don't forget. John and James and his mother coming to Jesus, pleading for, give them these sons. Because these sons told their mother, please tell Jesus, make sure we have some seeds of power when he is in glory. So instead of we telling, you tell them, tell him. You see how again, manipulation. That is John again. Now look at this John. Something not very significant. The point here, John, young man, runs ahead of Peter. But then he waits at the tomb. He doesn't go in. Peter, you should go first. You should go first. I can see things are not what we expected. Things are beautiful. So you go in first and see. I'll follow you. A humble John. A humble John. How does John describe himself? The apostle Jesus loved. That is the way John can think of himself. That's the only way John can think of himself. Jesus loved me. Leaning on Jesus' breast during the Last Supper, John could feel, oh, I'm so loved. This is where heaven is. I want to be here all my life. This is where heaven is. So John would say, I am the one Jesus loved. This is how a spiritual life should be. It doesn't matter where you begin. All that matters is where you end. Where you end. If you can't say about yourself, I am the one Jesus loved, that should be the last point or the right point of your spiritual growth. I close with the words of Winston Churchill, a politician, but his words have a spiritual meaning too. The longer you look back, the longer you look back, the farther you will look forward. Beautiful words. The longer you look back, the farther you look forward.